throw a chair from up there downstairs.
Wow.
I know. Look, where are the seats spare?
Well, there's one right there.
I just had to tell two people.
And you can pull seats
Yeah,
from
if
the
needs be.
back and put them on the tables if needed.
Yeah. I told two people jokingly, I said, you better go home.
Yeah, be careful what you say.
I know, but they laughed and I laughed too. They're from Far East Texas.
It's 12:15. It's time to start the program. First, we have the pledge and the song. And while I'm waiting for Alec Berens to come up front, I'm going to tell a joke, of course. You know that lexophilia is a word used to describe those who have a love for words. Well, here are two humorous word puns. When fish are in schools, they sometimes take debate. The batteries were given out free of charge.
Do we want another? No?
Oh, I got many more.
Okay. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And our song is America the Beautiful. Beautiful for spacious skies, or amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Thank you.
Yay, good job.
Tom Strasberg. I told Tom I'd glare at him when his time had come to come up here, so I'm glaring at you. Glare.
I'll try to keep this to 30 minutes or less, as I promised. I don't know if this is going to work or not. It's not used to being up like this, I don't think. I'm going to give a eulogy for Pat Lennon today. Everybody that knew Pat will understand exactly what I'm saying. It's going to be true to Pat's form. He was born in Mason City, Iowa on May 18th, 1939, and passed away here in Tucson on July 18th, 2023. He was 84 years old. Pat is survived by his wife of 34 years, Darlene, his sons Mike and Chris, his stepsons John and Gordon, and 8 grandchildren. He came to Tucson and the University of Arizona on a football scholarship in 1959. He had been a first-team All-American tackle at Mason City Junior College in Mason City, Iowa. Monty Clausen's father, Dick Clausen, athletic director at the University of Arizona, and head football coach Jim LaRue, convinced him that his future was here. It was then that a few of us met Pat some 64 years ago. He joined our Delta Upsilon fraternity where Bill Harlow and I were also members. 64 years of great friendship, lots of fun, and more than our share of laughs. Pat injured his back and did not pursue his football career. He did earn a master's degree in education from the U of A and spent his career as a coach, teacher, counselor, and administrator in middle schools and high schools in Arizona and Texas. He was an assistant principal and athletic director at both Amphitheater High School and CDO High School here in Tucson. He and Darlene also spent a year administrating the schools on the island of Saipan. He later became the executive director of the Arizona Small and Rural School Districts Association, where, among other things, he represented their interests at the state legislature. Pat and Darlene traveled extensively, making friends wherever they went. Pat never met anyone he couldn't enjoy a margarita or a joke with. No one liked to talk, eat, or laugh more than Pat Lennon. Whether it was duck's feet, zebra, giraffe, he loved to eat, and everything tasted like hamster to him. My wife, Susie, has a twin sister, Sally, who also lives here in Tucson. One Christmas, Pat gave them a bikini. He gave the top to Susie and the bottom to Sally. He was famous for giving out rubber chickens as awards to people he wanted to acknowledge. Several of you have been recipients of that. If he told me once, he told me 1,000 times that he was my 3rd grade teacher and that it was the worst 3 years of his life. At a fraternity reunion one year, he gave out a U of A onesie, you know, the clothes for the infants, to a fraternity brother who was about half his size. Quick on the comeback, Ron jumped up on a chair, looked Pat square in the eye and said, "Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Lennon without the bullshit." It was the perfect comeback. Pat joined Rotary on April 8th of 2004, and I was proud to be his sponsor. While he was never an officer or a director, he rarely missed a meeting or a social function, and he and Darlene hosted home hospitality many times. He and Darlene were active in ringing the bells with the Salvation Army and chaired that function several years also. They also supported the car show and headed up the silent auction on the Friday night dinners and sold beer all day long at the show. He initiated the tip jar, which earned a few more dollars for our charities. He was active in building the future, and some of his students and their families are still close friends today. Pat was a committed Rotarian who always tried to do business with our club members whenever he could. He brought honesty, integrity, hard work, and dedication to everything he did. If you'd show the invitation now, I'd appreciate it. Darlene wants me to tell all of you that there will be a celebration of Pat's life on Thursday, October 26th from 1:30 to 4:30 at Vivace's restaurant. That was his favorite place. You're all invited. Pat Lennon will be missed by all of us, and heaven will never be the same. Thank you.
Pat was dear to us all, and we did lose him. Now, I just want to ask you all to acknowledge and put your hands together, because somebody who we nearly lost is here today. And I had tears, not just in my eyes, but down my cheeks when Alan Schroep walked in today. Alan, I'm so very pleased to see you back. Really pleased. And now it's the inspiration, it's Jason. Jason. Yeah, you should be up here already. Come on, quick.
Okay. So this came to me in the last couple of weeks. My daughter recently turned 18, which means now she can vote, which scares the... Anyway, and my son's taking government. So we've been talking a lot about leadership, and we're talking about inspiration around the dinner table. So this came to me over the last couple of weeks. What does it mean to lead with inspiration? It means setting positive examples and motivating others to achieve. But to achieve what? It's whatever a person's desired outcome is. So how do you lead with inspiration? It's about embodying qualities like determination, resilience, kindness, and success. When you inspire, you ignite a spark in someone's heart, showing them that they too can overcome obstacles, chase their dreams, and make a difference. Leading with inspiration isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic, sharing your journey, sharing your failures, and sharing your triumphs. By doing so, you empower others to believe in themselves, strive for greatness, and create a brighter future. So embrace all of your unique qualities, lead with integrity, be the light that guides others towards their own paths of greatness. So that's what I leave for our next generation.
And Brittany Battle, our Sergeant at Arms Pro Tem, is here to introduce the guests. Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you. I'm very proud of this red badge that says Sergeant in Arms, and so I'm filling in for Dan Calm today, and it's just an honor, and I just love being a part of this club. So it's a pleasure to introduce our guests. If you're here with us today, welcome, and thank you for spending your Wednesday in October with us. We have some Rotarians from San Antonio, so please help me welcome Keith Knazel and Christina Tucknett, please. And stand up, please, for us so we can celebrate you and greet you. Welcome. Guest of Jim Lubinsky, Ed Jacobs. Ed, where are you? Thank you. Hello. Guest of Diana Medeiros, Libby Lentz. Libby, hi, Libby. Thank you for being here. Guest of Marianne Fritas, Mari Ross. Mari? There you are. Hi. Thanks for being here. Guest of Mitch Pisek, Peter Paisley. Hey, Peter, where are you? Peter's been here 3 or 4 times now, so let's get you as a member, Peter. We'd love to have you. Stay with us. Guest of Drew Vactor is Rob Toll. Where are you, Rob? Hey, Rob. Thanks for being here. Guest of Lee Olitsky. Sorry, Lee. Olitsky. Lee. Monica Durand. Where are you, Monica? Hey, Monica. And another guest of Lee is Mary Logan, our Mary Logan. How are you, Mary? Hey, Marie. It's Marie. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that's with us, and hello to all of our virtual guests as well.
I'd just like to mention that Marie is a sister of Mike DeVries, who was a long-time member of the club. Thank you for being with us today. I've known you for years, and it's wonderful seeing you here. Okay, back to business. All right. I'm now going to introduce Lee Olitsky, who's going to present the program to us. We're talking about the car show today, And that's maybe why there are so many of you here today. And I have to let you know that jocularly I told those blokes from Texas to go home because we didn't have any seats for them. Thankfully, they laughed just as well. The Classics Car Show, Lee is going to talk about that in a moment. He's been with us since 2013. But what you probably don't all know is that the Classics Car Show, Rotary of Tucson's Classic Car Show, requires year-long planning and presentation. Lee and the executive committee have been meeting every month diligently since last year's show, as has the tactical leadership team, TLT, all 50 of them. It's really an awful lot of work, and I've now seen a fraction of it in operation. For those who are fairly new to us, the car show is our signature fundraising event. We raise a couple of $100,000 a year to give to non-profits. Thus, the importance of ticket sales, vendors, food court, car registration, volunteers and sponsors. They need us. We, the club, count on every member to participate in some manner, especially on the day of the show. When I started volunteering, I was security, walking around looking tough. Yeah, exactly, I know. They didn't keep me on that role for long. But how... Star. How do you volunteer? Marcy will be telling you in a few minutes. But meanwhile, our chair, Lee, is focused on the vision, the organization, the attention to detail, and the adaptability of all of us for this marvelous car show.
Good afternoon, everyone. I can tell you that it's both exciting and a little stressful to be the car show chair, but it is exciting. The good news is that through all of your work and preparation, we're really in a positive state for the car show operationally. Things are pretty much in place. Everybody has to follow through, but we're pretty much in place. With the car show obviously just around the corner, I wanted to provide a few details. First and foremost, as Margaret said, many of us have been working since the last car show to get this car show ready, and there are actually 50 plus the executive committee, so that's a lot of folks to thank today. So I'll wait till the end of the show when it's been successful to thank everyone for their time. As I mentioned, the planning and preparation began last year, and please keep in mind that your support plays the most crucial role of any for the car show. That's in terms of volunteerism, which Marcy will talk a little bit about, but also in terms of supporting the event, which we'll talk further about with respect to tickets and what have you. And with that in mind, in terms of volunteerism, this Saturday we have another day of working on the Gregory School Field and Trees. John Harned right there is chairing that, and he has a sign-up sheet for any of you who would like to participate this Saturday. It's a nice day. It's actually a nice time to do that, a nice time of the day. And we have some experienced tree trimmers. I'm looking at a couple right here, Tom, Bruce, John, a few others. The only thing I ask is this year is that when you cut the branches, could you just ask me to move out of the way? That it didn't go real well last time. So, but here are some important highlights, and the club members up here will talk a little bit more detail. But car exhibits or car vehicles, we've received an overwhelming response from our car enthusiasts, and they're very eager to showcase their vehicles. And Candy's going to go in more detail about the cars and the vehicles, but let you know we sold out in July in terms of those slots, so that's pretty impressive. Food and refreshments. Dot isn't here today to tell you about that, but we have a really nice range of food vendors this year, a few more, and Dot's worked really diligently to ensure that we have a nice variety. Volunteers, obviously without volunteers, there's no car show. Marcy's going to go over a bit of the sign-up process with you. Ticket sales. We're not quite where we were last year at this time, but we do see our goal ahead, and with your help and support in the next couple of weeks, I think we can make that goal. Vendors, Marianne and Jonathan Walkup worked diligently to get our vendors, and we have 44 booths and no room for anyone else. We've actually turned a couple folks down already, so that's a positive. The Classes Club, Steve, are we sold out yet? Okay, so, okay. Daryl, can I have those tickets back that I just gave you? Okay. Sponsorships. This is as of this week. We have $154,000 in cash, $22,000 plus in kind, and thanks to Mary Martin, $149,000 worth of media sponsorships. Nice job. One of the things that came up when I started doing this year was that in the past, and this is not a reflection on any individuals, in the past, our process was such that we found that some things were not paid, sponsorships in particular. So what I'm pleased to report is that we have 98% of our sponsors who have paid already. So we're doing good with that. Okay. Bruce, you want to talk a brief minute about Friday night? Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. Yes, yes. Okay. Any other questions for Bruce? Before I close, I'd like to invite the TCC staff to come up in front of the podium, and we'd like to invite you to our car show by giving you a couple of our car show tickets. They're getting them right now. Oh, okay, she's getting the folks right now. But come back.
I'm just going to repeat what was said by Candy. We're giving people the potential for either $40,000 in cash or a fantastic Corvette. So, or 6 other prizes, which I can't list here right now. Thank you all Rotarians for allowing this opportunity for the staff of TCC.
I thought I was a little higher, but there we go. First of all, my name is Candy Vactor. I've been involved in the car show from the very beginning, and as most of you have been around with me, I've done a lot of different stuff. But this year, well, the last 14 years, Marianne, I've been in charge of car registration and also of the website, although Gary Olson took it over for me for a while. So I've been pretty much involved in this, but let me give you an update of what's going on. First of all, let me thank the over 150 Rotarians who have been involved so far. And we know that the rest of you will jump in because it's time to party really soon. There's a lot of fun stuff. Let me tell you about the car show field. We're on a double soccer field. How many, is there anybody who has not seen the gorgeous green field that Jason Graybosch has created for us? Okay. Well, Yes, right. Okay. There are limited number of spots, and because Lee Olitsky asked a very famous car guy called Dennis Gage from myclassiccar.com to come and actually film his show and interview the different car people. The minute that came out, that's what was the boom on registration. And it is true that I closed registration July 15th with over 400 cars registered. So as we come, of course, a little bit, you have some cancel, some not. Right now, the field is totally full. Every single spot on that field is filled with 436 vehicles. It's more than ever before, and I will tell you, oh, hold on. I had to use a shoehorn to get them all in. I had to use a shoehorn. And a lot of help from Arnie and Mr. McQuillan. Okay, of those car registrants, 430, let's see, there's a total of 182 extra raffle tickets that they purchased. If you combine that with the tickets that they purchased in their registration, that is 618 tickets that the car registrants are responsible for, that they paid for. There are 100 of them coming to the Friday night dinner, and they want to meet you, and they want to greet you, and they want to have a lot of fun. So that's why they're coming Friday night. 75 Classics Club tickets are purchased by car registrants, which is pretty good. They want to come in, relax, and whatever. 185 T-shirts have been pre-sold. There's $975 in cash donations that were just given, and this doesn't count the people who did cancel and say, my $30 registration, just let it go to the charities. That is a total of $24,596 that is contributed from our registrants, who are actually the reason that people come to the show. If we don't have cars, we don't have a car show. So they really buy in as partners. For this, I really ask your help to go and thank them when you see them. Every car has this custom window sign that Cirrus prints the back and Drew prints the details in it for every one of these 436 vehicles. It has their name on it as well as their car. So if you say hi to them, you can say, hey, Robert Barth, it's really good to see you. Thank you for coming to the car show. So to the Rotary car show. And actually to them, you should say to the Rotary car show. They know it's the Tucson Classics car show. Okay, so thank each one of them. Interestingly enough, the car people tell us themselves that this is the best, well-organized, and most enjoyable car show that they go to all year. They go to them almost every weekend. Why? Why do they say that? Well, they say friendly Rotarians, that's us. Organization, yeah, that's us too. Great vendors and a great food court, beer and wine garden. Great awards, Classics Club, and the family atmosphere. But they're also proud that they're helping with our community through our charities. Not bad for a bunch of business people who know little to nothing about cars like us, but we have learned how to organize a happening, right? Have we? Okay. The car people are really excited. We have some of the best cars that we've ever had. They've all brought them out to be on TV, so everybody's competing for that too. They're amazing, including a 1905 Oldsmobile that runs on a lawnmower engine. Okay. The website, I just want to quickly say that the website has a ton of information on it. It's probably more complex but easier to navigate than most big companies. If you don't see the question that you need answered on the website, call the hotline because Drew answers it. And he can let you know. So I thank you very much. I think it's, well, I don't know. Is it going to be a good car show? Wait. Is this going to be an epic, yes, car show? And is everybody going to be there? Okay. Yeah? Epic? All right. Thank you. You're going to be so pleased. Make sure you get a chance to go see the cars as well as volunteer. I think that is the entry to Marcy.
Okay. Thank you for the paid political announcement there. Okay, so on the tables, I have left a little piece of paper. And so for some of you, I know you've already registered, and that's great. Others of you have not. So if you don't know how to do the QR code on your phone, it's got the thing that you take a picture with your phone, and it will take you to the Rotary volunteer sign up. Okay, that's just for our club, okay? That's not for the general public. The general public is on the other side of the piece of paper, and it is on the car show website, and there's actually a link in the blue navigation bar that says volunteer opportunities. That's where being a slaughter can be found. And everybody wants to be a slaughter, right? It's at 5:45 in the morning. You get trained at 6 o'clock. And this is from Pat Zumbush. It's the best job at the car show. It sets the tone for the whole show. Thus, I only want the best volunteers. If you are one of the best people in the world, Pat and John need you. Now, the other place I need the best volunteers in the world, and that's on the Rotary sign up, is doing what? Money. Yes. So, who are my parking lot people? It's okay. We've got several people that are in charge of parking lots. We've got each of our beneficiaries: Pima Foundation and Pima College, Boys and Girls Club, and Old Pueblo Community Services are responsible for directing cars in the lots. Right? We can't put cars in lots if we don't do what? Take the money. I need a lot of help in parking lots, people. Please, I beg you, please. You can do, if you slot in the morning, you could do the parking lot money in the afternoon and still get to enjoy the show. Or you could do something earlier and take a break and then do money, or do money in the morning and take a break and do something else. If you're signed up for something on Friday, maybe you'll find it in your heart to do something Saturday and or Sunday. We have the day before, which is all the setup, and the day after, which is the cleanup. Friday night, we just heard 300 people for the dinner. By the way, I just signed up. It was super easy to do through my phone on the website. But with 300 people, there will be garbage, there will be cleaning that needs to be done. I'm going to help do that cleanup. I know that Gary and Tamara will. And those of us that are there, if we can just pitch in and help do that so that we're ready for Saturday morning, that would be great. Same holds true on Saturday afternoon. If you're done with your shift at 3:30, 4 o'clock, we have a cleanup crew that starts at 3, that starts going through and getting things ready. And the more we do Saturday afternoon with many hands, the lighter the work will be on Sunday. And that Sunday crew, man, they are dedicated, but it makes for a very, very, very long weekend when people are there all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of the day on Sunday. So again, I beg you, please help us on Saturday afternoon when the cars are leaving. We need to be really safe, but then we can start to take down signs and we can organize things and get things ready so that it's a lot easier the next day. If you have questions about how to register, let me know. I actually have a full-time job, and I'm not as good at responding to emails all the time. And I try to do this after my work hours. And so if I'm not really super responsive early, I apologize, or quickly, I apologize. This is a lot of work, and for those of you who are chairing committees, I'll be sending you instructions on how you can see who's signed up for your jobs. Some of you are going to be sorely disappointed. So, again, I'm going to refer back to this little piece of paper. If you have people that are in your network who would be willing to volunteer, don't send them to the Rotary site. Send them to the volunteer site on the website. The more the merrier. Last year we had Sigma Chi. I've sent things out to Phi Delta. I've sent things out to Interact and Rotaract. We've got all of our beneficiaries are all serving in a parking lot. But I still need a lot of people to sign up. So please do. And we don't have a meeting next week, so I can't beg you that next week. So I have to do most of my begging this week. So please, 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 please. We appreciate it very much. Let's have a great car show.
You want these glasses? Okay. Yeah, we'll go with my, yeah, but I'm good with these glasses actually. Anyway, if you want to, let's see, is there the next slide? Thank you. Okay, so on this slide it says we have 3 weeks to go because that is counting today. And then there's next Wednesday when we're not together, but you can keep selling. And then there's the 18th when we would like monies and tickets, if there are unsold tickets, brought in on the 18th. You actually could even keep a few more of the tickets and keep selling right up until the event. And at the command center on Saturday, you could bring in your money and your unsold tickets, but don't bring any ticket stubs to the command center or they may never get in the ticket drawing barrel. Anyway, we've made some progress after last week, which was wonderful. And we are right now at 11,149 tickets sold, but our goal is about 2,000 over what we were at last year, and we are right now at 35% of our goal. I sent out a reminder to everybody yesterday, and I wanted to be sure that you knew that today is the last day. If you want to donate tickets to Davis Montham, and some people do that, they just buy their pack of 40 tickets and donate them to Davis Montham so that those personnel from there can attend. Today, please take care of that and let us know if you're going to do it. The online orders are coming in faster, and that's always wonderful. The thing to know is that classic club tickets and mailing tickets, the deadline for that online is October 12th because we have to have time to get things mailed out to people. So that's the last day online anybody could buy a Classics Club ticket. And October 18th is the last day to do any online sales because we need a couple days to get the ticket stubs printed and ready for the show. And Matt Blair's crew has come through with those in the past, really, really great. And I did get a call from Faye Morse today, who's been busy selling tickets, and she said, now what happens if she has a sister out in California that bought a bunch of tickets, and she said, now, does she have to send in her ticket stubs? And I said, and I want to remind all of you of this, if anybody you sold paper tickets to, or they bought them and had them mailed to them, they do have to send back or bring back their ticket stubs if they want them to go in the drawing. We do not do auto entry for anybody that got their tickets. So keep that in mind and remind some people of that. I did send out last night the list of people who bought online last year because it showed who got credited, and I thought, if there are people that credited you last year and you haven't asked them that yet this year, please do so because there's somebody that enjoyed it probably and they contributed and they might do so again if you ask them. And I am now sending out those weekly credit reports every week, which is good. So the thing that I want to go on to the next page. We now have 47 members who've sold between 40 and 99 tickets. We had a lot of new ones last week. With this time we have Jan Delaney, Nancy Guncor, and Rob Lemaster that added. And then on the next page, also Alan Rogers, Nancy Stockton, and Bruce Tunzi are in that category. And then we got a bunch more that moved up to the 100 to 249 tickets, Nancy Bevins, Marcy Euler, and then over under the 250 to 999, Curtis Dawson, Drew Vector, and Pat Zumbush. So we made some big progress last week, which was great. And but the thing to know that strikes me is at this point, we have actually less than half of our members that have turned in money. And so those of you that have not, I first of all, thank you to all of you who have. And for those who haven't, please don't make me be on pins and needles over the next few weeks. Please take care of it sooner rather than later. And the last slide I have up here is that we are behind, by about 2,000 tickets right now from where we were last year at this time. And I broke it down by the member tickets, which also includes Classic Club and donations. That's one of the places we're lower. We're lower than online sales. We're lower. We're actually doing okay on event sales because last year there was one more event counted in at this point. The nonprofit partners, Roger has started to split that up, so we're starting to see that spread across, which is really good, and it makes it appear we're better than last year. And we got more car entrance sales, which Candy mentioned before. We're up to 680 this year instead of 600. And online sales from people who are not crediting members is behind also this year. So we still have the chance, if you look at where we ended last year, we still have the benefit of the nonprofits when that gets figured out on the 18th. And we have day of event sales. Last year that was 3,805. Maybe we will have 5,000 tickets sold at the day of the show. We could pull it through. And if each of you just do your part, that would be wonderful. And I did want to remind you on the next slide, we do have Cindy Barbie has been doing some Facebook posts. This is one that was out there recently. It's a great shot, and to share it, it had been shared by a number of people, but you could just go out to that Facebook page and share it to your Facebook group. And it just, the top header just says, get your tickets now at TucsonClassicsCarShow.com, and they would go straight there. And then the last shot is of the email template, which is the easiest thing I can think of to reach out to people via email. It gives them the ask if you flip to the next page. I think there's a back page to that. Oh, there isn't. All right. That's just the front page. Anyway, on the back side, in your ticket packets, there was the sample letter that goes out to the groups if you ask them to buy tickets, and if they click on it, it goes to the page, and you get credited because you send it out to them. And if you do a couple of those things, I really do think we can increase our ticket sales and have a fantastic show. So I'm very excited about it, and I hope all of you are too. And I also want to thank the people that will be at SABA this weekend and that Tucson Meet Yourself the following weekend. I do think we'll get some good numbers there as well. So.
Let me just follow up a little bit on that email template that you can send out. We do not keep the emails that you put in there. If everyone gets an individual email with your name on it, and we do not keep that email list. Did you all hear that? Yep. Okay. Thank you. It's my karate.
Well, applause to the team that just spoke. Absolutely fabulous. Dr. John has asked me to wave this around. And let you know that they're on sale at the back, and this is the last opportunity you have to go to the actual, we'll call it a boutique. Yeah, the car show clothes boutique there. And so this is for Dr. John. It's great to wear. I've been wearing a T-shirt somewhat similar to this at each car show for the past, 17 years. Love it. It's great to be identified easily. And most of you guests, some have been coming for a while, so know this, but many do not know that for each speaker that speaks, we present them with a book which they will then sign, and it goes into the Make Way for Books library, of which David Lovett is the president. And this supports literacy in Tucson, very, very local. This book is called Cars and Trucks. Yeah, so we'll have all people sign it, which would be great, thanks. So the car show is going to be fabulous. It always is, and it's a wonderful atmosphere. I enjoy being there every year. I usually don't get much time to actually walk around and look at the cars, unfortunately, but I have seen a few Jaguars, MGs, a few Mini Coopers, and a few other British sort of cars. 2.5 rows of British cars coming up. So if you can't find me on any volunteer, I'll be in the car show row. Do you ever have Australian cars? Yeah. General Motors Holden. Oh, for goodness sake. And now it's time for happy birthday. We only have one happy birthday today, and so let me just tell you a little bit. 3 nonprofits? I just heard Jim whispering something. Okay. Jim's birthday is October the 3rd. He's been with us since 1997. Now, we like to give a little bit of, you don't know this about the person. Most of you know of Jim's political, public, and nonprofit service. But did you know he's been the co-owner of 3 small businesses? Yogi's Bar, My Brother's Place Folk Club with the New Union Ramblers, and the Ronstads and E&M Distributing Company. So happy birthday to you, and please come and speak, if you will.
Thank you. I have been blessed. Yesterday, I celebrated 22 more years from the day I became Medicare eligible. So every day and every morning counts. I've been so fortunate to have my wife Connie for 55 years. And her birthday is tomorrow. So in between her here. Also, on her birthday, our first child was born. And she is here today. She's a Rotarian. And she said she's not an outgoing person and doesn't want to be up here, but she taught at the best high school in Tucson for about 17 years. She was the executive director of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation of Southern Arizona and is currently the development director of the College of Humanities at the U of A. Michelle Murphy, would you please stand and be recognized for your birthday? I said I was blessed because we also had a daughter by the name of Tama, who's had 3 children, fantastic grandchildren, and married to Tony, who's a captain paramedic with the Avar Valley Fire Department, and they're all Paul Harris Fellows. I've been fortunate in being able to work in so many different environments with the city and the county, Pima Council on Aging, been engaged in a lot of different other activities in the community. I've been in Rotary, what we say, 26 years, and have had an opportunity to do so many things, to meet so many of you, to meet so many people at the district level. I was fortunate to chair the RI District Centennial Gala a number of years ago in 2005. I chaired the District RILA one year, which was fantastic. There are just so many things that Rotary gives us the opportunity to do, and I have so many friends here and just want to thank all of you and hope we'll be together for another quite a few years. Thank you. Oh, and I have a check towards one of my nephews, Paul Harris Fellows, somewhere in my pocket. It doesn't want to come out, but there's a check.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Jim. That's great. My niece has cystic fibrosis. I might need to chat with you afterwards. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very, very much. And you will notice...
I don't like strawberries that much.
I did tell him the raspberries, but it didn't matter. He didn't distinguish. But he doesn't want to have his birthday treat. So, as is our wont, would anybody like to bid for this dessert? $20 is the usual bid. Yay! Thank you very much, Diane. I mean, yeah, would you like $30? You know, I'll go for $30 for somebody else.
I'll take it down.
You can drop your monies off at the counter. But you know what? Why waste it? Why waste it? Let's have somebody buy it, eat it, and then Rotary benefits even if the person's waistline doesn't. What can I say? We now have a blue badge presentation from the floor. Can we have a microphone, please? Sergeant at Arms, get those feet running. Come on.
I'm
Yay!
learning today, guys.
Cheer Brittany on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Britt. It's a real honor for me today to present a blue badge to Steve Ochoa. What you may not know about Steve is that he's a fifth-generation member of the Ochoa family that helped found Tucson in the 1860s. He and his wife, Cindy, well, first of all, the Ochoa Elementary School on East 25th Street is named after his family, and he and Cindy recently made a donation to the school to ensure that all 200-plus students have new shoes, new clothes, backpacks, and school supplies for a year. It's an underprivileged school, and Cindy and Steve are true philanthropists in this regard. To them, congratulations. And Steve, it's an honor to give you your blue badge. You've earned it.
Yay. I was driving down to a Make Way for Books meeting this morning and I saw Ochoa Street and I immediately thought of my very good friend, as I think of him now, Steve. Fabulous. Now, Brittany, are you running back up here now?
Back up. And you know what I thought about when I woke up this morning, everybody?
What?
The raffle. It was the Rotary raffle because this is exciting. I'm filling in today, and what if someone wins the big pot? I'm coming over here to our car show chair, Lee, because he's been working so hard. He gets to draw the ticket. The way this works for anyone who's new to us is we have a deck. We have a card deck here, and in it there is a king of clubs. Would you? Yeah, thank you. Here it is, king of clubs. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to do my best to shuffle it up. And Lee is going to pick out a ticket. So, Lee, if you would. Now, the pot is at $1,408. That's exciting. This is a 50-50. And today we raised $401 from you today buying raffles, which I love. Thank you so much. So the winning ticket is 498646. Who is it? 498646. Yay! How exciting! Okay. So I'm going to let Lee pull the ticket, or pull the card. See? Okay, it's a 4 of clubs. All right. All right, the pot continues next week, and we still have a little bit of a winner to give some fun money to, $100. Thank you.
You know, I never progressed beyond playing the card game Fish. Really, and that's the maximum I've got to. You know, people play poker, and this, I still don't understand how it works, but I just sort of applause and let people get on with it. Fabulous. Announcements. If you remember, we had Don Jorgensen, our district governor, speaking to us last week. We've had so much praise about his talk, including people saying it was the best district governor speech they've heard in their 40 years worth of listening to district governors. There he is, and it's true. Somebody just said it's true. And he sent a letter of thanks, which I think we have on screen. No? He sent a wonderful letter of thanks, which I thought we were having on the slide, but if not, we'll somehow get it perhaps printed up in the Tucson. But he's a wonderful, wonderful person, and it was a great talk. And then the next thing to show you is that indeed we are making headlines, real headlines. Unfortunately, it's not the clearest on that slideshow, but in Tucson Lifestyle. So thank you to, I think it was Mary Martin who got us in there. Cindy Barbie, thank you, Cindy, very, very much. The Tucson Classics Car Show. It's great to get all this promo, not just for the Rotary's Classics Car Show, but also for us as Rotarians to show other people the amount of good that we actually do in the community. So this sort of promo is brilliant. The next thing is I want to thank you all. You know, I've been collecting children's books. I'll tell you why I laughed. Collecting children's books for this conference of clubs, and I wanted a basket of books for a silent auction. And through your good offices, I now have about 300 books stacked up at home, of which 55 books will fit into this basket, which then go for the silent auction with thanks to you all. But throughout the whole year, I'm collecting children's books, and at the end of the year, I want to have stacks up my living room walls, and I'll take photos to show you. The reason I laughed is because I should have brought the book with me. I'm asking for children's books, and somebody wonderfully gave me a fabulous book by an adult author with, in big capital letters, the word seduction on the front. We're starting early. That has not gone into the basket, let me tell you. But thank you for the donation. I'm sure that a very mature child will be able to read that. If not, it's banned by the parents. It will be afterwards. But thank you for all of your help. As I say, 55 books, I think it is, I said, have gone in. I've squashed them into this basket. I cannot lift the basket. I literally can't. I'll have to drag it to the car, and then when I get to the conference of clubs, I'll have to get somebody to carry it out for me. But speaking of the conference of clubs, who is attending the conference of clubs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us about. Of the 8 of us that are going, could we try to get to our table, our booth, and spend some time there in between the sessions that we're attending, so that we can actually be promoting ourselves as Rotarians, and or, if needs be, selling car show tickets. Yeah, it's been hard to schedule you because, unfortunately, there's a bit of a hole in the system. We don't know who's registered. They do. The Conference of Clubs people do, but we don't. But if anybody here is willing to go down and volunteer, I'm sure we'll somehow get you in and get you sitting at the booth. So please, that's this weekend, Friday and Saturday. And I will be actually speaking at the conference. I'm going to be talking about a project we're hoping to do internationally. So please sign up and walk past and look at the heavy box of books as you go. Next is Charlotte Harris has asked me to mention that there are pins, theme pins from past Rotary years at the back of the room here. Anybody who wants them can go to the back. Now, this will be the last opportunity, but I do know that some people collect these pins, and if they've missed a year or two and or want to catch up, they may be at the back, but Shah is there with the pins. Now, Bruce, you're on board again, and a microphone has come to you magically. Fabuloso.
You know, I was starting to develop a complex because last week they wouldn't give me the microphone, and then earlier they wouldn't, and I guess they just don't want the immediate past president to have a microphone, so you're in trouble now, Margaret.
Yeah, I know, 5 minutes later.
So Mark wasn't able to be here today. Next Thursday, so next Wednesday we're dark, but next Thursday has organized a walking tour with Fletcher McCusker. It's going to start at 4 o'clock, going to meet in the brand new Leo Kent Hotel, which is at 1 South Church. There's underground parking, which you access off of Broadway. It is paid parking, but we'll meet in the Leo Kent lobby and do about a 45-minute walking tour downtown, where Fletcher will have the ability to kind of, fill us in on different projects that either have recently happened or are going to be happening. And then those that want to stay afterward when we come back to the Leo Kent and have a cocktail and socialize a little bit. But it should be a fun time. You do not need to RSVP. But if you think you might possibly attend, if you wouldn't mind shooting an email to Mark, just so he gets a rough idea on how many people might be showing up. So back to you, President Margaret.
Wow, good on you, Bruce. Thank you very much. It should be a very, very informative and instructional walk. I'd love to be attending it. Alan Rogers, microphone. You're on for the Cycling Fellowship.
Oh, yes. Actually, I wasn't prepared to do this, but we have the hiking fellowship, and I'm announcing the new cycling fellowship. And this is to help you all train for the El Tour de Tucson that is November 18th. So for the 2 Saturdays prior, I would like you to meet at St. Philip's Plaza, Campbell and River, on the south end of that parking lot. Bring your bike, and we're going to ride the loop. I think we're going to go west. We'll have a short ride and a long ride. Wear your Rotary jersey for the event. At 8 a.m., and that's on the Saturdays, the 2 Saturdays prior to the L Tour. How short is the short ride? 20 miles.
20 or 25?
About 10 miles out, 10 miles back. The long ride's about 40 miles around, and then you come back up from the university on Mountain to hit the loop there. I'll have a map next time. And the loop for y'all is level. I mean, it's all down there. No, it's level. It follows the river, obviously, so there's no big hill climbs. This is a casual ride at your own pace, and it's meant to be fun. So please join me, and this is going to help you get in shape to ride in the El Tour.
And if you don't happen to have a cycling jersey, then
you can always
wear anything that says Rotary, right?
Anything that says Rotary.
Yeah, fabulous. So yes, enjoy the ride. It should be good. And Curtis Dawson. You should be standing up, showing yourself.
I don't think you want me to have a microphone.
It's a Happy Jackson.
It is a Happy Jackson. Actually, it's a Happy Gabriel, but what are you going to do? I don't think I'm supposed to have the mic, though. I was told I didn't get the mic today. I'm a grandfather. I said it last week for my birthday. Gabriel was born September 12th. If you're wondering, yes, the math does work out. My daughter's been married a few years now. They had a 5-year plan, made it 2 years. But yeah, I'm a grandpa. That's not my daughter, that's my wife. That's also just to be clear there.
I made that mistake last week. I actually called her daughter. And as we do in our Rotary, we tend to give people who have children, grandchildren, babes born, we give them a gift, a soft toy for the babe. So here you go, Curtis. Thank you very much. I was going to throw it to you, but I thought, it might land on somebody's head.
I can walk back over if you want. Is it for the babe or for... Thank you. Thank you.
Silly question. I mean, and thinking about laughter, Larry Adamson, I was smiling at you when he said something about getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning to cycle the loop, and I was thinking, I'm with you there, Larry. Jim, would you like to just at least pop up and say thank you to and announce who the recipients are, the beneficiaries? Just they're here today, so I want you to, the beneficiaries of the car show. Yeah, you. Come and do it.
Are they doing 2 minutes?
No, no, this is unplanned.
Nobody told.
No.
Unplanned.
Nobody told anybody. Just do it.
All right. I want to apologize to 3 people who are here today. We have 3 beneficiaries for this year's car show, which hopefully you all know, and it's part of your marketing and part of the reason people sell tickets. One is Pima Community College Foundation in partnership with the City of Center of Opportunity, doing workforce development program, doing training programs who are people who were unhoused, who are now temporarily housed on Palo Verde at the major center there. So the dollars go for workforce development and helping these individuals get a job, get out of transitional housing into permanent housing. The second one is Big Brothers Big Sisters, that has a relatively, and CEO Maria Logan, who used to be a member of our Rotary Club for a number of years, heads Big Brothers Big Sisters, which you generally know about, but they have a Mentor 2 program, which is relatively new in middle school, junior high, I forget what you call it today, and high school, where there's actually a contract written with the teacher and with the little and with the big in terms of their academic progress. So that is something new and really helps cement that whole idea of Big Brothers, Big Sisters helping students through their high school career and on to college or vocational professions. And the third one is Old Pueblo Community Services, who some of you today, after 3 years of encouraging you to bring items in, did so today. And they are another program that help unhoused individuals, and it's a unique program called Housing First, where most of the programs for people on the street have to be clean in terms of drug or alcohol before they can get an apartment somewhere. This is Housing First. So it gives them the opportunity to have an apartment, to have some dignity while they work on, if they have a substance abuse problem, and not all of them do, to get that satisfied, to do workforce development, and to get in, again, to permanent housing. So those are our 3 beneficiaries, which money well spent. And Monica Duran is the development director, vice president, or something. So thank you for being here today.
And thank you, Jim, for jumping in at the last minute. We're all aware in Rotary, particularly on the dais, that we have to be able to pivot and speak at a moment. Thank you. And I'd like to let you all know that the person that started Old Pueblo is here with us as a Rotarian. Thank you very much. Stand up. He's with us. Yeah. Many years ago, but he started it, and he's been doing wonderful things for the community subsequently. And thank you very, very much for continuing the good work. It's fabulous. Yeah. Yeah. I know, that's exactly how I feel. Oh my God. Yeah. Say hi to Tom for me, won't you? Thank you very much. Okay, great. So that's our show, and I do believe we're just about a minute over. But given what we've achieved today, it's not bad going, let me tell you. So I want to thank you all and our virtual guests for coming today, and I hope you enjoyed the meeting, and I hope the guests will come back. And I just saw somebody sneaking up, and I thought I'd better check and see what's going on here. If anybody would like to donate to the scholarship cups, please do. They're the blue metal cups on the table. And we do appreciate any donations you can possibly give us like that. Many of us don't put money into the cups. Don't think we're being mean. What we actually do is we pay through our quarterly invoices. But those who don't have that opportunity, or guests, if they'd like to help out, then please donate into the blue cups. I want to say happy birthday to Jim. Congratulations to Steve. Great to have you in the club. It really is. Good luck, although it's not luck, to Lee and the whole car show committee. It's good planning, it's diligence, perseverance, effort. Thank you all so very, very much. The whole committee, marvelous work. Sell tickets as much as you can. We want people there. The monies will all help the beneficiaries that were just described by Jim. Next week, there is no meeting. Some people have tried knocking on the door saying, why aren't you open? Even people who aren't members try to get into these luncheons. That's how popular we are. And they don't know that we're not open on the second Wednesday, so they come banging on the doors and get upset when we're not here. So that just means become a member, and then you'll know. So there's no meeting next week, but we do have the walk on the Thursday. And I encourage any of you who really do want to have a Rotary experience on that Wednesday, there are other Rotary clubs in Tucson that you could go to. Let them know in advance, turn up, let them know you're from the Rotary Club of Tucson. But you can have the experience if you go elsewhere and bring back their experience to us so we can learn. Now, on the 18th, we have Dr. Gabe Trujillo, Superintendent of TUSD, speaking. That will be a good chat. So please, toast and adjourn. The toast is going to be given by Jason.
I am the Toastmaster. Okay, this one's from the great 20th century philosopher Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
You're here.
Good on you, mate.
Bingo.
We're adjourned. No, just saying good on you, mate. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.